Hey, hi, hello everyone. Welcome again to my YouTube channel. My name is Oluchi Okpokpo, and in our last video I shared a testimony about how I gained admission and the process and everything. So today we're talking about the 5 things that you must do. I had to go back and I was like, okay, I know I shared my testimony, but I actually need to give you guys what are those things, what are those points, I don't need to look out for if you're actually writing JAMB this year. I know that some of you are writing, a lot of people are writing JAMB next month, April, yeah, because actually I have a younger started writing JAMB, so a lot of people are writing JAMB April, and I think during that time, one of the things I shared was how Nigerian schools can be very annoying and everything. But one of the things that really helped me, number one, that I wrote down was having a nourished mentality. But before I proceed, if you are watching me for the first time, hi, you're welcome. Okay, so like I was saying, have a nourished mentality. Now, I'm the fact that Nigerian schools have their issues, but I didn't. For instance, now when I was in UI, when I was applying to go to University of Ibadan, the cutoff mark for the second year I wrote was 64. You get, so I wrote the post JAMB cutoff mark for English education because I actually love English education. So it was 64 point something, 0.5 I think. So I wrote the post JAMB. I had 70 over 100 in my post JAMB, but the cutoff mark increased to 71. So you can see that it's not about the schools. I think when you want to aim for something higher. Don't look at the fact that, don't blame Nigeria, don't blame the school. If you want to have the best, push it. Have the best, like go for the top. If your aim is to have A, that is 70. Know that okay, if you want to fall, you won't fall below that. If you should have a specific figure that you want to get, that's my point. You should have a specific figure. For example, you want to have 83, for instance. That's not that you not fall. If you want to fall at, so let's say you not remember some things, because of you've aimed there, so you're actually prepared towards getting that particular score, so you won't fall short too far from your targeted score. So have a nourished mindset. Know that you are going there to pass and get admission. Don't feel bad, because the only way you, after having fear and nervousness, is only when you don't prepare very well, or when it's your first time and you don't, like, you have no idea what to do. So that's why I said you should have a nourished mindset. Do for people that have gone through, that have done JAMB before. Ask questions. Not ask questions. Nishoyinka will say, yeah, it will say that don't just ask questions, ask intelligent questions. Okay, look for what exactly is the problem, what's actually making you to freak out and be like, oh my god, I'm writing this exam. Don't look for something like, okay, what can I do? What kind of questions can I ask about JAMB? What are the important questions? So have a nourished mindset that you're going to go there and you're going to do exceedingly well. Okay, that will actually help you to overcome that old timidity and fear and everything. Then also know that another thing with having a nourished mindset is that you have to believe that God is there with you. Okay, and when I shared my testimony, I was like, it was actually my lowest JAMB score. I used to gain admission. So it's not even about, aside reading, grace as a way of helping you through. Okay, so just I heard of testimonies, I've heard of stories of people having issues with their network, having issues with the system. There was no light, different kind of thing was happening to them, so many other things, but mine was fine. I just gave testimony ahead. I'm not in my result, I gave testimony ahead. I'll thank God for success of my exams. I'm not in my result then, no, but I was having a nourished mindset that I can't fail. Okay, you can't fail. Another thing is that study your notebooks. Now I know we are like, let's say, a month away from JAMB. I think they're having their JAMB mock exams. Some people that register for JAMB mock exams. I have a friend, a young very good friend, Esther. Esther is like our host for Inspire Book Club. So they actually applied for JAMB mock. So aside studying past question, let me just tell you the truth. At least they repeat just 5 to 10% of the past questions that you are pining in your head. to study your notes and your textbooks. Study your notes. And this will lead me to another point: study your past question. Now, and if you ask me, for instance, what are the topics that JAMB will bring out, or JAMB will take questions from, extract questions from in literature, in English, for example, I will say, oh, go and study literary appreciation, go and study figures of speech, then your recommended text. That will give you 60% already. If you ask me for English, oh, the last 10 questions will be on sounds. Oh, there'll be comprehension. Yes, oh, comprehension. Yeah, they'll fill in the gap. Opposite and, synonyms and antonyms will surely be there. Best complete. Because you don't just, I think JAMB has their patterns, okay? So study your past question. If you ask me, even though I didn't write questions, I didn't write maths in JAMB, but if you ask me what kind of questions do they ask in JAMB for JAMB maths, I know that shapes will come out. If that will shapes, cylinder, square roots, whatever shape. I know logarithm will be the first 5 questions. Logarithm I need to be the first 5 questions. I know shapes will come out. I know what that's a big again. Can I remember? You get what I'm trying to say. so you see that study your past questions. Don't just stop. The major topics that about 5 to 10 questions are usually coming out from. You see them very well. So study your past question. Have a nourished mindset. Study your notebooks, your notes. I hope that I have complete notes in secondary school. Don't ask somebody notes. So study your notebook, study your textbook, okay? Practice a lot of questions. Then that will bring me to my next point: have a study group. And before you start having a study group, study by yourself. Because sometimes, and a study group help you to, say, it's like an accessory. It helps you to sport. It helps you to have this, I don't know the English word to use. It's kind of like sponsor a kind of interest to want to read more. Then sorry, I didn't even use the. I'd have used the fan, but I don't make noise here. So you should have a study group. That's what I'm trying to say. But before you have study group, study very well by yourself. When you get there, your mind is wide, it's broad in there, seeing different people. Oh, he's trying to study. There's a time, I'll just share a bit because of your time. I don't waste much of your time here. So I was writing my first semester exam, and I'm always this lone person. I didn't like reading with people like that. Before you see me during the exam, maybe 30 minutes to the time for exam, that you see me outside. That was 100 level first semester. So, but later on, when I try to open up and meet people, talk to people, and all of that. So when I get to the exam mode, what we discussed, that would what would just trigger one point. I don't remember the person's mouth saying it 2x plus 3y. I will remember that. Gee, that can be so I can remember that kind of thing. So I think that will really help at the end. That's the last thing you do. Past question, studying past questions in a study group is the last thing. But the first thing, have a nourished mindset. Your mindset affects your outcome. Okay? So have a nourished mindset. You are going to do well. The second one is what? Study your notes and your textbooks. Yes. And that's anything. Okay, I've spoken about cut-off mark. My notes are here, so I actually have to go back and write down those things that actually worked for me, so that I can, aim higher. I've said that already. Study your past question and have a study group. So that's the thing that actually helped me. So I think with this viewpoint of mine, I've been able to, but I think that actually worked for me. And here I am, my third year, first semester. This election thing is. So we give God the glory. We thank you. I'm thanking you. I'll put this in service. So thank you so much for joining us today. Please don't forget to share with your mates. Don't forget to subscribe, okay? And don't forget to share your testimonies afterwards. I can't wait to hear and see you guys on your matric gowns and happy. Everybody loves good things, right? People love good things, and getting admission is actually a good thing. And guess what? Surely goodness and mercy shall follow you. All right, I have to run now. See you guys later. Bye.